Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. My name's Phil. If you're watching this live, we're live every Monday, 7:30 to 8. We want to get your views in, your comments in. This is all about the next 30 minutes, getting your views on screen. It's just me. It's just you here. Let's chat about all things Leicester. What I want us to talk about tonight is how important are the next 3 games. They're critical. This is a season-defining moment, and I want you guys to tell me, will we beat Crystal Palace away? Will we win, lose or draw against Villa at the King Power? Will we win, lose or draw against Bournemouth? And effectively, are Leicester too good to go down? Of course we are, but do the players believe it? Now, I want your views, I want your comments in the next 30 minutes live on Leicester Fan TV.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.
It's Monday night. Don't forget, follow us at Leicester Fan TV on all the socials below. You can join the debate, whatever channel you're on. It's time for me to shut up, and it's time to get as many of your views in as possible. David, good evening. Hope you're well. How many points we're going to get, David, in the next 3 games? How critical are they? It is Bournemouth. It's the last game. It is Villa. It's the second game. And it is Crystal Palace first away. Don't know why I've done it in reverse order. It's probably because I'm stupid. Bubba says, good evening, Phil. We have to be happy with that point. We can talk about the point at Brentford. Of course we can. Don't forget, Jamie covered a lot of that in the famous Aftermath show every Sunday morning. Yeah, it was. Let's take a point. Brentford are a good team this year. Let's take it. Scooby Baz, hope you're well. Next 3 games, Scooby, how many points we're going to get? Let me know. Daniel, no chance. 2-0 Palace. 2-0. Is that us beating Palace, Daniel? Come on, you've got to be a bit clearer. I think you're saying Palace will beat us 2-0. We'll beat, or 3-1 Villa, and we're too good, please, Phil. We've been abysmal being run into the ground. Daniel is down in the dumps. Come on, Daniel. We need to cheer you up. I think now, I've drawn a bit of a line under it. I think, listen, we've got 11 games left. The next 3 games are just massive for me. They are critical. We could be, and I don't know what it is, but I'm suddenly like, look, let's be positive. Palace away, they're in a mess. They've lost their manager. Yes, they'll probably have a manager in place. I don't know if they'll have already. We can beat Palace. We can certainly beat Villa at home. We just beat them 4-1 away. Why can't we beat them? And Bournemouth, we can win that. Saying that, we could lose all of them. I know we can. Andy says we need 5 wins, and I can't see where we're going to get them from. I'm worried. Andy, like you, I am worried. But we can beat Palace, we can beat Villa, and we can beat Bournemouth. That 9 points, if we were to get 3 wins that week, that's Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. That season's safe in my books, 9 points. And that's how I think the players have got to look at it. Good evening, Councillor. Interesting times, unsensitive, positive vibes for the future. I am. I don't know what it is. I'm just like, come on. Simon May. Simon says we'll lose them all. It's like being down the pub, isn't it? It is like being down the pub. I've got mates just like you. Sam, my son, he's just like you, Simon. Well, we're going to lose them all. Every time we walk up to the King Power, what's the score going to be? Sam will go 3-0 them. We'll lose. To be fair, he's been a bit more right than wrong this season. Daniel says he's untouchable. His mates with top. I think we're sort of at the point now where he's going to surely be here. It is too late now to change manager, isn't it? Or is it not? Imran, lovely to see you at the last match. Imran says, agreed, the next 3 are all cup finals. Nothing less than 6 points will do. That is one of the things I want to know, is how many points would you honestly take from those 3 games? I'm going to put them up on screen because this is what we want to talk about. We'll take them in order. Palace away. What do you think? Do you think we'll win, lose or draw that? And that's the start of the week. That is on the Saturday. Then we've got Villa on the Tuesday. Win, lose or draw against Villa. And then the Saturday, is this the critical match? Because boy, oh boy, I mean, they're all 6-pointers in my books. I know Villa are sort of, they probably think themselves out of it, but we've beaten Villa, so I can't see why we can't have them on it. Scooby says Barnes looked very good on Saturday. I thought he did all right, Scooby, but Reedy, who works with us in the office, who was at the match, said Barnes was a shocker. I thought Barnes did all right, scored a good goal. What do I think about Patson? Not all that much. I think I've said my piece about Patson Daka. Scored a great goal the other week. That's what we want. Listen, we need somebody to score goals. So for me, I wish him all the best, and I hope he comes good in these last few matches. Andy says here, I just hope we don't need a win against West Ham. Andy, talking about that again today in the office. Oh my goodness! Listen, we're talking with in the office where we were. The Forest fan. Forest are looking bad. Their running is tougher than ours. Trust me. I fancy Forest to get relegated. I really do. I think Forest can go down, but that West Ham game, Andy, we've got to have it done before then. But at least I would say West Ham at home, last game of the season, that's a chance. That is points there for the taking if we need them. Dara, thanks, Dara, says, do you agree with Dara? 7 points minimum next 3 games. Dara, is that you demanding 7 points, or is that what you think? Because there's 2 things with these next 3 games, isn't it? I guess it's the same old. We always do this. The head says one, the heart says another. How many points do you think we'll get, and how many do you think we need to get? For me, I'm going to put my cards on the table. I think Palace away, I'd probably take a draw at Palace away. I think we can beat Villa, so that I'm up to 4 points. I think we can beat Bournemouth. I think we can get 7 points. I'd love us to get 9. I think we can get 7. I'd be happy with 5. 4 points would be probably, if you look at the average points per game, 4 points would probably be better than what we're averaging, because we're on 27 games played this season, aren't we? And we've got 25 points. So literally, kid me not, I had the calculator earlier. That's 0.09 points per game. That would leave us, we worked this all out earlier. Honestly, we should do some work every now and then. 0.95 points per game. It would leave us on 35 points at the end of the season if we carry on at the same rate we're at. I don't think 35. I don't know. I don't know if that'll keep us up this season. Let's get loads of your comments in there. Shootler says Palace draw. Ball. Gray says we're going to lose at Palace. Councillor says Barnes, Madison, Kelechi, Suta, and Ricky P will keep us up. You heard it here first. Thank you, sir. Bit of positivity. That's. I think. Listen, a big call out now. I think we've just got to get positive. I think, and don't get me wrong, I think I've been so negative over the last few weeks. I've had to have a word with myself. I watched one of the post-match videos. It was the one, the Chelsea game. To be fair, I deleted one of my own videos that we put out because I was like, you miserable sod, delete. I did. You can go check. It's not there anymore. I deleted it because I watched some of it back and I was like, this man is absolutely depressing me. It's bad enough watching the football. So what's the points target to stay in the Premier League? Well, it's all over the hockey. This year is very strange, Scooby, because there's 9 teams in that relegation battle. So I wouldn't want to put a figure on it. I mean, put in the comments, how many points do you think will keep you up this season? Because some seasons, 30, 31, 32 points, 33 points keeps you up. This season, I don't know, because I think we're all going to keep taking points off each other. Matty, good evening, says Palace win, Villa draw, Bournemouth. Matty, you've done 2 out of 3. Come on, half job. Where's that third prediction, Matty? Patrick says, right, Patrick, I've not even read the comment. Normally, the bringer of doom and gloom. Come on, Patrick, join me on the positive side. Come on. He says, Villa will be pushing into Europa place. So no, give me that. I agree, but we did beat them 4-1 the other week. So listen, why can't we beat them at home? Why can't we beat them at home? They might be in a better place. Dave? Yeah, I'm probably with you on the Daka side, but I'm trying to be positive tonight. We'll win at Palace, says GPM more. I'm trying to be realistic, but I'll take a draw there. Steve says 7 points out of the next 3 games. I'm with you. I think we could get 7. I would take 5, Steve. Would you take 5? Let me know in there. Tribe and Onion says, fingers crossed, Conte sacked tonight and Spurs come for Rodgers. I'm laughing. I don't think Conte's going to get sacked, is he? I saw his comments. I don't think he'll get sacked for all that, unless they're all falling out. Spurs interested in Brendan. Have you got their number? Daniel? Yeah, no. Need shots on target to score goals. We do. Reedy, good evening. How are you? Reedy is our blue tinted super fan. Patrick says West Ham will be a dead rubber. I hope so, Patrick. And to be fair, I can imagine both sides needing a nice point, and it being the dullest end of season game, we'll all take a point and we'll all go home nice and easy. Sonderax thinks it is going to go down to the wire. I hope not, mate. I really hope not. Mark says, hope Matters doesn't get an injury with England. Mark, honestly, mate, don't worry. He ain't going to play for England. Maddis will not get put on the pitch for England. You know it. I know it. Doesn't matter what happens. Nick says, why did Brendan drop Mendy and why does he persist with Soumare? Nick, I cannot answer you. I have no answer. It's a great question. I was screaming the same things the other day and the other day. Mendy scored that wonder goal. Mendy did against Spurs. What a goal. What a game. And then we were playing Chelsea. 64th minute, he takes Mendy off. Mendy was the only one getting stuck in. And he takes him off. And Soumare, I don't know. I don't know what he sees in Soumare. I don't see it. I have to be honest. I watched the game on Saturday on telly, and the commentators were saying Soumare, all he's done since he's come on is give away free kicks. They didn't rate him either. Hope, come on, Leicester. Yeah, come on, Leicester. It's a bit early for a come on, Leicester, but it's nice. I've got the spirit of Sean there with me. Come on, Leicester. Ian says, stop the rot and actually showed a bit of fight in the second half. The game at Palace is massive and a must win. Do you think it is must win, Ian? Because I'm not sure it's must win. I honestly, I definitely think I'd take a draw there. It ain't over till it's over. The league is mega right there from 11th to 12th, 20th. We have to believe at one point on Saturday, Ian, I must admit, if we won on Saturday at Brentford, which we could have won because we were the better team in that second half for sure. I think we'd have ended up going almost 12th in the league, which is crazy, isn't it? In there, Matt says in there, every other team around us is playing with a fight. The only teams who aren't playing with a fight are Leicester and West Ham. Got to be fair, Matt. I think there was some fight there on Saturday. There was some fight at Brentford. We look better. I saw signs there that's what we need. Keep getting your views in, keep getting your comments in. There's absolutely hundreds of comments, so I'm absolutely trying to get them in there, and I'm absolutely not going to say absolutely again. Joe says, good evening, Joe. Thanks for watching as ever. Says, our home form is crap though, Phil. Yeah, the away form's not much. Joe, I've just got this, like, I'm trying to inspire you tonight to think that we can do this. The spirit of Philbo is washing down on me. The spirit of Sir Robbie Savage is coming down and saying we can get stuck in. Amanda, good evening, Amanda. Hope you're well. Amanda says, I would agree with you 100%. We've got to stay away from the relegation zone. A couple of wins. That is massive. Amanda, Palace, Villa, Bournemouth. That's 9 points on the table there. I'm not saying we're going to get 9, but it's interesting there. The councillor says Conte was bang on. Yeah, he did. He called Spursy out, bottlers. Honestly, it was made me laugh. Somebody asked me today, a Newcastle fan asked me this question today. He said, I was slagging off Spurs. We all love to do it. Why not? Why not stand there and slag Spurs off? And Conte, and I was saying, yeah, because they're bottle jobs and can't do this. And he says, oh, come on, Phil, you'd rather be a Spurs fan than a Leicester fan, wouldn't you? I was like, no, get real, mate. We've won the Premier League and an FA Cup in the last 6 years. I'm trying to do the math, 6, 7 years. I said I'd rather do that, even if we do get relegated this year. I'd much rather be a Leicester fan. At least we go up, we go down, we win things, we lose things. I'd rather do that than be some like empty cupboard cabinet Spurs fan. He disagreed with me. You'd rather be a Leicester fan, wouldn't you, than a Spurs fan? Put it in the comments. I think this is going to be the most biased poll ever. Leicester fan or Spurs fan, which is better? Put that in there. Good evening, Wayne. Hope you're well. Nice to chat to you again. Svonderak says, would you rather Forest go down and stay down or give them one more rodeo in the Premier and 2 more not a derby games? I tell you what, mate, obviously number one priority is Leicester to stay up. I would love Forest to go down. I love playing them, but yeah, they've had their year. Back down, please, sir. Right back down. Play Derby. Play Derby again. Get back. You don't care about Leicester, so get back down to the Championship. Play Derby. I actually think Forest might go down. I really do. We're talking to the Forest fan in the office today about it, and when I say Forest fan, by the way, I'm not talking about Reedy. Let me just clarify that. I'm talking about somebody else, not really the Forest fan. Anyway, he'll kill me for that. And they're running. Tough game. Go and look at Forest fixture list if you want to have a little chuckle. Sunderak says, my uncle was a Spurs fan and his shirt got put on bonfire. Been a Leicester fan ever since. Good. Well done there. Well done. We don't want that. Although, yeah, I think we can burn football shirts, can't we? Basically, we can play conference football and I'd still be a Fox fan, says Jay. Absolutely. But I don't know why we started this. Would you rather be a Leicester or Spurs fan? Bubba says he'd rather be watching ice skating, figure skating, that is. Let's get back to the football. James says here, wins are needed. The next games are key. I think they're massive, James. 3 games. Palace, Villa, Bournemouth, 3-3-3. In fact, I actually think 1-3-3. I think 7 points. Anyway, he goes on to say, I don't see us getting much higher in the table. I really hope we can show some of that second half fight, more than 30 minutes in a game in there. I agree in there. Fee says, aren't all games critical? They are, Fee. I hear what you're saying. They are, but look at the games we've got left, and I just think Palace, these games are winnable. All 3 of them are winnable. I don't think we will win all 3 because form suggests we won't win all 3. But I think if we want to stay up, which I'm sure the players do, I'm sure Brendan Rodgers does, then they have to be focused and get in there. Wayne says, if Forest go down, we'll be doing a dance. We certainly will. We'll be having a party. But that party, if Forest go down, is no good if we go down, Wayne. So it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? We have to stay up to enjoy Forest going down. Andrew says, Leicester has won more trophies than Spurs in the past 30 years. We have. We definitely have. I'd rather be a Leicester fan. God, I nearly said I'd rather be a Spurs fan. Edit that out. Reedy says, I do think after today's look into the final 11 games, we are thinking more positive. Yes, Reedy, I don't know, maybe Reedy's getting infectious with us, but he is. Before you guys were thinking we're down, but the fixtures we have are winnable. Just need to show it. I agree with you, Reedy. The last 11, there are little pockets of like 3 games, and then we've got some couple of tough games, and then we've got another. We've got some games where we can pick points up from. Ross says here, I'd rather be a Rotherham fan with a waterlogged pitch than a small club like Spurs in there. Good one, Ross. Hope you're well. Gary says Madders needs to be careful with his yellow card count. I think Madders has just got a bit of passion. He's got to calm down a little bit. There was a time on Saturday, had a nasty tackle against him, Gary, on Saturday, a little bit dirty. You know, I can see why he was getting a bit edgy. And again, James Maddison is turning into the player that other teams' fans like to hate, a bit like that Jack Grealish sort of thing, because he does win free kicks, so he does wind up other players. RF says 1 point from 18 possible. Fans think we are going on a title charge because we drew to a team that was in the Championship 2 years ago. Listen, RF. My thought is Brentford have had a good season. Very good season, a brilliant season by their reckoning, but a really good season anyway. And you have to give them credit, and you have to say they're up there on merit. And actually, we took a point off them on merit. They'd gone. It's a topsy-turvy thing. We went to Southampton and lost. They went to Southampton and won. We went to Brentford and got a draw. I think you've got to take a draw away at Brentford the way we're playing. Joe says here, I think you need 35 points to stay up. Do you agree with Joe? How many points will keep you up this season? How many points do you think we're going to need? I think it's going to be close because all the 9 teams involved, it is going to be tricky. Sonderak says 11 cup finals. Now this here. Now I know what you mean by 11 cup finals. I think there's 6 or 7 cup finals in there where because we're playing like the Palace game, 6-pointer. So if we get a draw, we stop them going that big gap ahead of us. If we get a draw, we stop that. If we win, fantastic. Same with Bournemouth. If we were to lose to Palace and lose to Bournemouth, I think you need the panic button then that week. But I don't know what the panic button would be because I think we're in deep now. I don't know what you want to say. That sounds bad. We're in deep. We have gone really deep because now if you play the next 3 games and Brendan, it's just if you don't pick up some decent points against, I keep saying it, Palace, Villa, Bournemouth. If you were to come out with 1 point or 0 points after that, what on earth would we do? Because you'd have 8 games left and you'd be like, I don't know. It's like press every panic button going. you're almost at the stage where you say get 11 fans on the pitch to play, because you've got to risk the dice. Then I don't know what you'd do, because you're just sleepwalking. But I genuinely think those 3 games we're going to pick up some points in there. Keep your comments coming in. I want to get as many as I can in. Chris says, certainly looking like Evans is not going to give us much to save our season, so no backup for the centre backs. Did anybody know why was Soyuncu in Turkey? I believe that's where he was. It was all over socials. Why was Soyuncu? Has anybody known anything? What's gone in there? Andy says, would you get rid of Brendan even if we stay up? Andy, that is a great question. But do you know what? I'm in the mood to not talk about that, because I think I've made it clear that I don't feel he's got a plan B in tactics, but I'm in the mood to say every now and then, Andy, I think we have to draw a line and go, and this is what I wish Brendan and maybe even the players were saying, we're in this together. You, me, Andy, Madders, Brendan, Top. We've got to dig deep now. We've got to stop any little bits of bickering, because we've gone beyond that now. For me, we're in it. We're in the mix. We're in the trenches. Whatever you want to say, we're all in this together. We've got to just put it all to one side and get stuck in. To add to that, Reedy said earlier that at the match on Saturday, somebody was trying to unfurl a banner saying Brendan Rodgers out, and Reedy said the fans kept saying we're telling them to put it down, and I think that's great. I think that is the right attitude now. Forget the Brendan out stuff. It's got to be Leicester in, Leicester up. I think that's what we need. We need to create a slogan. It's something like Leicester up. Forget the Rodgers out. It's Leicester up. Whatever you want to say. Ivan, if you're leaving City in the summer either by being sold or contract ending, why would you want to win a game? I hear that, Ivan. I hear it. I think you've got to have some professional pride in there. And I think, to be fair, somebody at the club's got to inspire them to put in a shift. I think something's got to kick in there. Andy says here, if we lose to Palace, it'll be like being in quicksand. I hear what you're saying, Andy, and it'll all, the poop will hit the fan, but we've got to get a draw. Imtiaz, good evening, sir, says, when is Roger getting sacked? I don't think, Imtiaz, he's not. So I think we have to back him. You might not believe in him, but I believe in Leicester City. So this has gone past stale Pew days. I agree with him. Claudio Ranieri got sacked for less. Claude Puel got sacked for less. Rodgers, for whatever reason, is there. And I think for the short, and I'm talking short term, I'm talking Palace, I'm talking Villa, I'm talking Bournemouth. If you're not getting, I don't know what would be the bare minimum from those 3 games, but you'd have to be hoping to get minimum 3 out of those. 3 points out of 9. I don't know what you mean in there, but for that poop to not hit the fan. Sondrak says here, Rodgers has told him he isn't part of his plans going forward. Who, Sondrak, I'm not sure who you're, bring back Big Nige, he knows it too. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you're on about there, Sondrak, I'm sorry. Dave saying he would still sack him. It's fair enough, Dave. Listen, I'm definitely not a big fan anymore, because I just don't think he's got the tactics. I don't get why Sumari particularly came on Saturday again. It just, I wouldn't have a Marty in the back line. I'd have Soyuncu in there, but I'm not in charge. You're not in charge. I just think, Wayne says here, all hands to the pumps, keep positive. I think that's what I'm trying to do, Wayne. I think that is what Leicester Fan TV has to do over the next few weeks. We've literally got, what is it? 15 days. No, it's not 15. I can't do maths, Wayne. How many days is it till the next game? It's too long. It's a week on Saturday, isn't it? I think we've got to build up some spirit between us all. Yeah, like Kevin says here, draw the line. He's going nowhere. Just got to get behind the team now. That includes the fans, because they've become quiet and quite toxic at the games recently. I'm sort of with you, Kevin, on that 100%, because I think that is our job now. I think we have to be positive. Just for the next three games at least, it's a collective effort to stay up. Obviously, all those fans who are lucky and going to Palace away, fantastic. Got to make some noise there. But that Villa game, Tuesday night, under the lights, at the King Power, let's pretend it's the Europa semi-final. Something like that. That Villa game is massive. I think we've got to go with that attitude that this is a big, it's a cup game, and it is all or nothing. to beat Villa. It is massive. It'll be great. The floodlights, get down there. We'll have a couple of pints in the Blues Bar beforehand. That's what we've got to do. And we've got to go with that attitude. And I want us all to build up to that, if you can, over the next 10 days, whatever, because I really want us to see it in there. Rodgers can't inspire the team. That's the problem. I understand that, Ian. I understand. We got to do it. We've done it before. Ian, you, me, all the others. We've got to support the lads, and we've got to pull it out in there. Adam says back him till the end of the season. Surely, got to back him for now, Adam. We've got to, because he's there. There's no point. I tell you what, there is nothing worse. There's nothing worse, and I get it why people boo sometimes, but I think now we're at the stage where I think we've all let our opinions known, whether it's at the game. Some people have held banners up, some people have booed, some people like me are idiots and speak with you guys and say our views, and hopefully we get your chance to get your views out there. I just think we just have to put it all behind us and go, look guys, as Andrew says, Rodgers is here to stay. Let's get on with it. Ivan says Top's never sacked anyone before. It was obviously Vichai did it. Those says Fee, we've all called for Brendan out. Yeah, Fee, I have. Fee, listen, I don't think Brendan's took us forward recently over the last year or 18 months. I feel his tactics are beyond questionable. Honestly, Fee, no plan B. Drops players, doesn't bring players back in. No Soyuncu. Mendy doesn't really get a game. Insists on certain things. Didn't sign a caper in the summer. All sorts of things. But I'm saying, I'm putting that to one side, what I think about Brendan Rodgers, because my number one priority, Brendan, Madders, Jamie Vardy, they'll come and they'll go. They're our heroes, but they will go. Robbie Savage, a hero. He's gone. He's no longer part of Leicester. He doesn't even consider himself part of Leicester anymore. This that we all wear, this is here for life. So I think now we have to go beyond a Brendan Rodgers or a Maddison or Iverson. I think you just have to. There's a line where you go, whew, we're in this together. And as fans, the 32,000 fans at the King Power Stadium, and many of those who can't get in and get to the game, who are watching all around the world, all those fans, we're all there for the same reason, because we don't have a choice about being there. So I think we just have to support them in there. Chris says we need to clear out. Sumari and Martin need to go in the summer, Chris. Let's wait to get there. Need to get the spirit of the Great Escape going. Cheer the lads on the pitch. I agree, Pete. We did it in the Greatest Escape year. Between us all, the spirit of Filbo, we called it back then. That's what we use, the hashtag Spirit of Filbo. We need that again. We need that battle, and that's where it is. Will says, this is Brother Will says, we're in this together. Back Rodgers and cheer the team for 90 minutes. We can do this. I think you're right. I think even if we lose, I think you've just got to keep backing them now. We've got 11 games to keep them up. Andrew says, us fans have got to try to get behind the team. Totally agree with you, Andrew, and that's what we're trying to do tonight. Bring the rallying cry in there. It's basically, says Reedy, we can't lose the 6 games which are winnable. We lose, they go above, we get pushed out. It really is right. There are 6 games which are 6 pointers. It's like, forget the number of the beast, but it is 666. It really is. 6 pointers, 6 games. Can't lose them and have to win some of them. And if we do that, if we out those 6 games that Reedy's talking about, if you were to win 4, you've probably stayed up. There's 6 games which are 6 pointers, win 4, and you've done it. That's what it is. Keep Ward out of this team. Again, interesting. Danny Ward, Georgie. I've been saying for weeks, I'm not a Ward fan. I don't think he's good enough. I think Iverson did okay on Saturday. I'm not going to get carried away because, again, I'm going to stick to what I've said, which is I don't think particularly the brilliant for a Premier League side. But I'm going to put that to one side. Whoever's in goal, let's back them. Let's back them. Ross says Chelsea haven't won an away game since October. Upset Leicester, Southampton. I see the pattern, Ross, but I want to see some passion from you. And I know you've got it. I think we can get these points. Adam says, let's be honest, if they don't want to try, they wouldn't celebrate when they scored. Look how we celebrated when Barnes scored. I agree, Adam, in there. Dorco says, bring some of our old clappers to the next game. Do you know what, Dorco? We haven't talked about the clappers since the start of the season, because I'm one of those. I'm a big fan of the clappers because they make some noise. For a lot of people who don't want to clap and don't want to sing, they'll clap them. Actually, that is a massive shout, Dorco. And I will message my little contact at the club. It never gets me anywhere, trust me. But I'm going to say to him, Dorco said on a live, can we have the clappers back for the Villa game? I think it's a great idea. And I think if they've got any sense at the club, they'd put that in there. I don't care. People will say in the comments, oh, no. There's a lot of people say, get rid of the clappers. Get rid of the clappers. It's lame. Blah, blah, blah. I'll tell you what, I said it when they were there. I said it when they got rid of them. It makes noise, and we need noise. They've put a singing stand area that, for me, doesn't work because I can't hear it. So, therefore, it doesn't work. But I blame the club more than the people who are in it, because I think the people in it are trying to make some noise. They put it over multiple concourse exits and a really stupid place. No wonder it doesn't really generate noise. Dorco says, bring some clappers. I 100% agree, Dorco. Next 2 games at home, clubs should supply some clappers and give us some noise. And I tell you what, they should put the light show on that they never do anymore. What happened to the light show? We need to build the atmosphere for this Villa game. We're starting building up now, and it's 2 weeks away. Dorco, what a great shout, and I will message him in there. Reedy says, I'll put a post up tomorrow asking everyone to bring one. I hate them, but they might help. Even Reedy's not a fan, you see. But you do, Reedy, they make noise. The clappers, you might hate them, but I tell you what, they make noise, and that's what we've got to do. We've got to make some noise. Nick saying, are we blaming the atmosphere at home is down to the clappers? I am, Nick. Combined with pretty poor football, I'll give you that. But at least the clappers give people something to make some noise. Tom says, doesn't matter if you're Rodgers in or Rodgers out. It's time to get behind the team. Let's be the 12th man. We need the King Power Stadium back to how it was with the Great Escape season. The atmosphere has to be behind the team. I agree with you, Tom. I don't think Tom's a massive fan of the clappers either. But Tom, Dorco says, bring the clappers back. Do you agree, Tom, with him? Because I certainly do think that the club should put them back for a little bit. Tripe and Onions says, a bit of Shwaddy Waddy pre-match entertainment and free vodka will get us going. Here's one for you, Tripe and Onions. Forget Shwaddy Waddy, but somebody who would have loved Shwaddy Waddy. Where's the Birch? Now, I hope the Birch is all right. I haven't spoke to him recently. But where's the Birch? Pre-match, there's no Birch. So if the Birch is not up to doing the pre-match and the half-time anymore, I get that. He's been, obviously, he's got his health to think of foremost. But we need, get Steve Walsh out there pre-match. Get somebody on the flipping mic. I tell you what, I'll do it if they like. I don't care. But I'd rather it was Steve Walsh, somebody who actually knows what they're talking about. Get Walsh out there pre-match and get the fans going. Forget playing the music, because it's normally pretty rubbish and doesn't do anything. In fact, it's too loud. I'd rather have, like Liverpool have tried, turn the music off for 15, 20 minutes before kick-off to let the atmosphere really build. Get Walsh out there on the mic. I'd rather have Birch, but if Birch, get Walsh out there. Let's stir the crowd up. That's what we need. Georgie says, get Wes Morgan out there. Maybe. It needs a rallying cry. And that's what it needs. MTS says, obviously, hope the Birch is all right. Joe says, get a free beer versus Villa light show. I tell you what, light show, yes. Atmosphere is needs. Nick says the atmosphere at home is down to the turgid football being shown on the pitch. It's not down to cardboard. The King Power rocked in the Great Escape season. It did, but I think we had the clappers then, Nick. I've got to be fair. I think we've had the clappers quite a long time. I don't know what season they were introduced, but the clappers have been there during the best years of your lives. Even Tom says here, yes, bring back the clapper. We need to try something. It worked before, it worked again. I didn't expect tonight to turn it into a rallying cry for clappers. But bringing us all together is exactly what we needed to do in here. Chris says, looking forward to seeing Big Harry back down Bet365 next season. Don't get that one, Chris. I'll put it on screen, but yes. V says, yes, get Birch or Walshy. Let's do it. Why isn't Birch on the boot room? I don't know if he's been poorly, to be fair, but I'll try and find out. But we do need him back in there. Joe says the Clippers have been there since 2014. Greatest escape, Premier League win, Champions League, FA Cup win, Europa League conference, yada, yada, yada. Best games, best atmospheres, Richter scales. The Clappers were there. Got rid of them. Just saying. Even Don saying, Don with a picture of Dipak in there. Hi, Dipak. Hi, Don. Says the Clappers are great. Thank you. They are. They are there. Clappers, what do we have to lose? Exactly, Boohoo Records. Get Muzzy on the mic. Muzzy doesn't like to come on the mic, Ross, but Steve Walsh would. I'm going to put some calls in tomorrow. Clappers, please. Birchie or Steve Walsh. I'm sending a message to the club. If you agree with me, let me know. Thanks for watching. I feel better. I hope you guys feel better. We've drawn a line in the sand. We've took a point at Brentford. We are moving forward. We are going to be that 12th man. That is the rallying cry from Leicester Fan TV for the next 3 games and onwards and upwards. We can do this because we've done it before. We know what we're doing. We know what we're doing as fans. We need to show the club. Again, you have to remember, I must go, but you have to remember, you and me, we've done the greatest escape. We remember it. We know what it's about. Brendan wasn't here then. He's not done the great escape. James Maddison's not done the great escape. Danny Ward's not done the great escape. And I'll go through it. You get the gist. You and me, we've done the great escape. So we'll do this escape. That's what Leicester fans do. We'll dust ourselves down and we'll do the escape. So all I want to know is, are you with me? Are you going to do it? Are you going to put that extra bit of effort in? You're going to get down there a bit earlier. You're going to sing a bit louder. You're going to clap a bit louder. You're going to do it all. I know you are, because that's what we do through thick and through the thin. We've done it. You've got to remember, Brendan's not done it. So let's help him out. Let's get everybody there. Let's go and have a sit down. I'll see you all soon. Don't forget, we've got shows coming up all over this week. Thanks for everybody, for all your views. I tried to get as many on as I could in the 30 minutes. It felt like 90 minutes. I'll see you at the next match. I'll see you next Monday night for another rallying cry, even though there's no match. Let's have fun. See you next Monday.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.